Alright, whatever. I'm not worried about that because we're just doing the live stream. But now I've got this. It looks like it's coming through. I think we finally got it. I tell you, firing up a live stream when you haven't done one for a while is definitely a challenge. But I think we got it. I think it's going. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the shop. It's Tom from Inspiration Metalworks. It is Mother's Day here in the United States. But what my wife and mother of our children wanted to do was go hang out with her mom and her sister, and they're kind of doing a ladies' day. So I've got some time in the shop this morning. I've got a little bit of work to get done as well, and I thought I would just kind of do some catch up, see how everybody's doing, see what's going on, but also kind of give you a feel for what's going on here in the shop. It's been a while since I've done one of these. As you can see, I've moved my desk. It's in a new location now. I can actually, I can pan this a little bit so you can see we got the new mill, the new lathe in place. They're ready to go. Actually, we're gonna have a little fun here. So one other thing that I did recently. Yes, we've got the standing desk. Rise, my child, rise. Yes, so I'm just having fun with this. I picked up one of these standing desk setups where it's got presets and things like that. But the big thing for me, let me move my chair out of the way. I can actually just roll the chair underneath it. So it gets me up and moving. So when I'm doing programming or whatever, I'm good to go. Doing my drawing, stuff like that. So I've got the new desk here. Still the old desk. That's actually where it used to be. Where you can see it over there. I'm still transferring things around. That desk had drawers. This one doesn't. So there's a lot of things going on. But while we do this, let me. I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna flip the air on real quick. I'm gonna get the Herco fired up because I do have a little bit of work I got to get done in the background. So stick with me. I am still here. Just got to turn on, look at the line dryer, and fire up the air. Let me walk behind this thing. So since our last live stream, I had the 3-phase power hooked up. So that is done and ready to go. So definitely having fun with that. It means I can run all my machines all at once. So this building now, the shop, is totally separated from the power that I used to get from the house. So it's got its own setup. We've got 400 amps of 3-phase, 208 3-phase, and yeah, it's things have been running great. So I've had that for a couple of well, has it been 2 months now? Yeah, it's been almost 2 months. But it's been really, really good to have. It's been a game changer for me. How's the audio sound, guys? I'm sorry. I'm noticing that it looks like my audio level might be a little high. It looks like I keep peaking out. Sorry. I'm seeing red. And it down to 10. Let's see if that sounds any better. If you guys want to throw something in the chat and let me know, that would be great. But yeah. We'll see, because at least on my monitoring here, it doesn't look like it's peaking into the red levels anymore. So hopefully that's not too bad. If it's too quiet now, let me know if I've got to make some adjustments. But I basically, there's on the wireless mic, we have 0, plus 10 decibels, plus 20 decibels. So yeah, it takes a little bit to get that dialed in. Okay, so the Herco is booting up. That's good. We're going to try some fun stuff today. I've got a camera hooked up to my phone, or a remote feed into the live stream, so I'll be able to carry you around a little bit and show you a little bit more about what I'm doing. So yeah, just trying to have a little fun with this. You know, I've got a little bit of work to do. Let me talk about what we're going to do this morning. I recently had a job come in, so 3 or 4 stainless, and making these cradles, right? Nothing terribly crazy. It's got a couple of locating pins on the bottom. The big thing about this though is it starts out as this 3 by 3 by 6 chunk of 304 stainless, and there's an awful lot of material to remove. When I made this, I made a couple of these the other day. I don't know if I just got a little sloppy in my drawing and didn't dimension something, or if I did the undo button. It looks like I must have hit the undo button or deleted a dimension, because in version control in Fusion, I can go back and look, and it looks like I did have it dimensioned at one point, but somewhere along the lines I lost that dimension. I'm certain it was me, you know, that I did something wrong. You know, luckily in this case, it was I left too much material, and I can rework the parts and fix them. So that's what we're going to be doing this morning. So this floor here, it's currently measuring in about 630, and it needs to be at 390. So we'll be working with these. Hi, Steve. Steve, it's nice to see you. Let me see here. All right, the Hurco's on. Let's turn the lights on. And actually, I don't know if you guys want to see this control. Let me do that. We're gonna try using our fancy new thing here. Let's go to, that's on. If I do this, okay, now you can see me. Walk with me. All right, so we're at the Hurco control. Just wanted to kind of see how things are looking. It's a little different than what I was used to in the past, but it works out well. So I'm going to go to manual. Let me make sure you guys can see this. There we go. So manual, and it tells me the control power is off. So I'm going to come over here and do power on. And then we'll turn the, what's nice is it's telling me along the way what to do, right? So server power is off, press start cycle to enable server drive. So I press that, and it will start coming on. And then we're going to want to calibrate our machine. So calibrate, and it says press cycle start again. So pretty straightforward, right? It's going to go through, calibrate the axes, it's going to calibrate the tool changer. I think we're going to come off of this though, because my guess is that the shaky cam is going to make everybody sick. So yeah, we'll switch back to that when it's appropriate, or if it's appropriate. But yeah, that's kind of a tough one. Zach, hey, yeah, I know what you mean, man. Definitely, I got really lucky on this one. Craig, good to see you. Okay, so I think you guys, yeah, you can still see me. All right, so tool magazine will calibrate. Go ahead and cycle start on that, and it's going to go through and get that ready to go. I'm going to do one thing before I run my warm up. I'm going to toggle over here. Let's see. I'm doing some fun stuff here on this side of things. I just want to get this part kind of half in the machine before I run my warm up, because I don't necessarily want all this stuff. There we go. I'm getting wet. Actually, when I run the warm up, most times what I do is I fire up the coolant as well, let it circulate, make sure everything's ready to go. In this case, all I'm really doing, I'm using some foam underneath the part to act as parallel spreaders, but it's a little high, and so I don't want to take everything out just to do this one thing. So basically, I'm just throwing my part in and get it kind of half ready to go. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna mute this for a second so it doesn't hurt anybody's ears. Okay, hopefully that wasn't bad. I hope it muted. It didn't look like it really changed on my remote. That's good, that's good. Since I'm not gonna turn the coolant on, you guys can watch it do its warm up. What's really cool is there's a built-in warm-up cycle on the machine. You basically, on the screen, I just do warm-up machine, cycle start, and away it goes. So it's going to work its way through. I think right now I've got the warm-up cycle set to, it's going to do 2,000 RPM increments. And so this does have a 12,000 RPM spindle, and it will work its way up. And it's also moving around on the table, making sure we've got the lubrication going everywhere. So let's see, how's everybody else doing? Taking a look here. That's good. That's already in there. Yeah, I'm just, we've got a little bit to do here. So next steps on this one, once we're done warming, just doing the general warm up, and I do the warm up on this every time I fire it up. I know you don't have to, but just kind of out of habit, there are certain things that I'm doing when I run these machines that, you know, I just want to get, I just want them to be kind of the standard for how we do things here in the shop. Let's see. So next step on this one, we'll pull up the tool probe, and we'll get that going. I'll double check my X and Y. The nice part about this, really all I need to change is the X location for this one, but I'll double check Y just to make sure that it's correct. I like to know that we're doing the right things here. I do have an order to make more of these things, and this is where it's going to get fun. I've been using, yeah, okay. I have been, in order to do these, I've been using this 3/4 inch 5 flute end mill, and it's been going okay. It's not the greatest quality in the world. I see some chipping on this guy. You know, I had some chip welding happening. It does okay. I think this is a much better finishing tool than it would be for a roughing tool. And hopefully the spindle isn't too bad with this microphone. I was hoping that it's gonna kind of keep the noise level down. But anyways, I think this is gonna be a really good finishing tool. It's not the best roughing tool for this. It works, but I'm gonna go through them too quickly. And at $200 a piece, not ideal. But I do have these really long faces that I need to clean up. So I think the plan right now, I worked with, this was working with my Tungaloy tooling rep in the area, and he has made some suggestions for a high feed insert mill. So I'm gonna try that out as well and see how it works. And then so we'll just use that 3/4 inch tool for the finish passes, just for that cleanup. The other thing on this one, I was using, yeah, it's getting loud now, sorry. Hopefully it's not too bad. But the other thing was I was using a 30 thou corner radius on this tool, and I did all of this with the with that radius. So lots of tiny, 6 thou step overs. Well, I've got a nice 1/2 inch 4 flute ball mill to do that, and that made a big difference. So changing from conventional milling tool paths to adaptive paths, and then going to the ball mill. The first ones of these that I ran took about 6 hours to get a completed part. I got that down to under 2 hours, or yeah, it was a little bit under 2 hours, using adaptive clearing, full depth of cut, adaptive clearing, and pushing the heck out of that end mill. I think the recommendation was like 400 surface feet per minute and 3 thou per tooth, and I was running it at 800 surface feet per minute at 6 thou per tooth. and it worked great. I mean, I was pushing it, but it did a good job. Yeah, so we're at full 12,000 RPM right now. It's cranking. Normally, like I said, I have the doors closed, I have the coolant going to circulate the pump, but since I was just running this yesterday, I'm not too worried about it. Yeah. So that's the plan. So this is just one of several parts that go into this assembly. And really fun stuff. I've been doing a lot more stainless, which I, honestly didn't do a lot of in the past. I've done plenty of steel. In fact, you can kind of see, I'm working on another batch of the GPS mounts. So those are going soon. I've done plenty of that kind of stuff, but 304 stainless specifically, don't have a lot of experience with. So this has been an interesting learning opportunity for me. I'm real happy with it. This is almost done. There it goes. Perfect timing. A lot of times I've got earbuds that I wear in here, but yeah. So that's all set. We're ready to go. Let me. Let's see. I need to do. I'm not sure. So far away, I don't know that you guys can see. I'm sure you'll be able to see what I'm doing. But yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so the Cheerwine here is definitely, that's my thing. But yeah, so let's see, it's on manual. Let's get this guy a little bit closer to where I want to be. I think just for grins, I'm going to pull up the drawing in Fusion. I want to see. I should make a setup sheet for this, and I probably will do that soon, where I've got setup sheets available with these parts. But I just want to make sure that I'm looking at this right. All right, so centered on X and Y, Z we're at the far, so at the fixed jaw, and Z is at the bottom. Okay. Oh, we just had some performance issue. Keep in mind, so I am doing this, I'm doing my broadcast from one of the new Mac Minis, the M1 Mac Minis. And, so Fusion's not running native. I don't know if the software that I do for the live stream is running native or not. Seems to be okay. It did say that it was having some bandwidth issues. I'm still Wi-Fi between the buildings, so even though locally I'm plugged in hardwire, between the two sources I am on Wi-Fi, so it sometimes I'm still seeing that go. Hopefully I'll trench some fiber between the two locations here soon, but we will see. Okay, let's go ahead and keep moving though. So yeah, I verified where my location is. So I don't know if you guys can see it. Well, here. If I were looking at the machine, right, it's basically down here at the bottom. So what I did was, when I set this the last time, I was actually, the only thing that I have to change is I was set at this corner before. Now I'm going to set here in the middle. And what I'll do is I'll bring the probe down to where I'm just off this surface, and I'll have it come over and touch off on both sides. So I'm going to use the web, internal web. I guess it's not a macro, but the program, and we'll pick it up. So first things first, tool management. And I'm going to say in the next tool, I want tool 99, which is my probe. You always press enter on a Hurco control when you're doing entries. And I can say move tool to spindle. Current tool is 0, verify empty spindle, and press cycle start. So it does that to make sure, if it doesn't have a tool in there that that it's aware of, it's always going to ask because it wants to make sure I haven't manually loaded a tool in there. So here it is, my fancy schmancy probe. I want to say I've got the higher level one. Yeah, OMP 400. So got a little bit more on the nice side there. Let's see, we just want to get, so what we do is we're going to get kind of close to center. And I know you guys can't see this right now, sorry. I'm trying to stay out of the way, but we're getting pretty close here. All right, Y. And I can take the pendant off and do it this way as well. Got some speed buttons, I like that. So all I'm really trying to do is get close to center. And I want to make sure that I'm picking up the wall and not the curve, although it won't matter. All right, so I'm pretty close to where I want to go. I'm going to go to my input menu and I'm going to go to part setup. And I'll do a video on this that shows exactly how to do it on the Hurco control. This is one of those things that I found when I was looking for it. There wasn't always good information available online, and I wanted to try and do what I can. But what I will say is that between the online so YouTube videos that I found, the on-site training that I did at my vendor, so I got these from Crotts & Saunders here in North Carolina, and every month they do control training. So you can go up there, it's free, you can go up there for a couple of days and do your training. So I had a couple of days there, and then I had a day of on-site training here, and I've hit the ground running. It has not been bad. So I came in here to my part setup, and I'm going to do part probing. I'm going to go to part 0 probe cycles and more, and I'm going to do slot inside, I guess. I do web outside, slot inside. So slot inside, we are doing the x-axis start probing cycle and fire it up. Nothing like doing things live. So if I mess up, everybody gets to know it. So it did a positive, now it's going in the negative side. And it goes back to where it thinks is 0. It says the part changed 2-inch 645, which if I get my scale, yep, looks about right. So I'm gonna say yes. All right, that's done. If I wanted to pick up Y again, so let's do that just for grins. I'm gonna go to Y, and I will just move back a little bit and drop down in Z so I can pick this up. All right, so now I'm behind that part. Let me turn that off. I can go back to my probing cycles, and I'm going to do edge, and we're doing y-axis. And in this case, it's in the positive direction, so you tell it positive or negative. Just for grins, I always test it. So if I go negative, oh no, it's in the negative direction. See, this is why I test it. Probe direction negative. Start probing cycle, start it. So let's see how close it was when, from the last time. And it says it was 3 thou different. So, you know, it was worth picking up. So yes, I'm going to accept that edge. All right, got that in place. I'm glad to know that it's right. I'm going to just return this guy. So one thing that I always do, I like to manually get my probe up out of the way a little bit first. And what I do is I just go back to manual, and I go back to tool management, and I do clear tool and spindle. So it's going to say, hey, press cycle start to orient and initiate tool change. We press that button, and off we go. So there we have it. What do we got here? Are you working for yourself 100% at this point, Tom, or still working toward that goal? Lars, I am not 100% in the shop right now. Well, technically I'm 100% in the shop, but I'm also 100% in a day job. So basically I'm working 80, 90 hours a week right now. I'm at a point where I got to make some interesting decisions here soon. And you guys will hear about that as soon as I know what the plan is. Because I still have options. I could actually just hire somebody. If I could find someone, I could hire somebody to offload this kind of stuff, and then I wouldn't need to worry about it. But in all honesty, I'm still trying to figure out what to do. This is important to me, and I don't know yet. I'm leaning towards making some changes, but we'll have to wait and see. Keep in mind that I'm the only income, and I've got a wife and kids to take care of and things like that. So there's a lot to weigh on which direction to head. And again, if I found the right person to work here, maybe I would just offload things. Right now, I haven't found that person, and it's been over a year at this point where I've been looking. So I don't know. Do I keep looking and keep working my butt off, or do I go full time and keep working my butt off? Because then it's a tough one. But yeah, I made some pretty big commitments when I got these new machines, and that I'm feeling it. So with that, let's see. We've got our part ready to go. Let's go. We'll do the input screen and program manager, and we want to do our fixes. And I don't remember what fixes I did here. Let me take a look in Fusion and make sure I'm doing the right things. So we did that, we did that, we did that. Side shield fixes 1, side shield fixes 2. Drill. I don't know which one is which. Let's take a look. I should have labeled this better. You know what? Let's not bother with this. Let's just repost this thing and make sure we got it right. So here are my fixes. Uh-oh. Did I lose the connection? That looks like it's okay. Are you guys still getting anything? Trying to see if I'm just not seeing the preview window. I mean, it looks like I'm still uploading. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of weird. Okay, well, I am just gonna, I'm posting out this fix program again. Post process, we are using my cloud posts, and we're using my Herco. And this is Cradle Fixes Live. All right, let's see, what do I need to do? the only change I make from the default that I've gotten, I modified my post a little bit, but the only change is I changed the default high feed rate to 400 in the post. Everything else I just leave. I leave it by itself. Let's drop this guy here. Sorry, I'm just kind of making sure that I got the right things in the right places. This is the first time some of this stuff is run on the Mac. Normally I do this on my PC, but looks like it's got everything. Ooh, I've got N numbers in here. We're gonna change that. There's no reason for all that extra code. So apparently there was one other thing that I changed on the properties. Preload tool, separate words to space, show notes, write machine, write tool list, use sequence numbers. We don't need that. Okay. Save in my file. And we should be ready to go in just a second. Hey, Craig. Dennis, hey, how are you? It's good to see some of you guys. Cool. Yeah, that looks much better. Let me eject this USB. Yeah, so this is kind of a test for me. This is first time doing a live stream on this new computer. First time doing some of the Fusion stuff on this new computer. Yeah, hopefully it's going okay. First time posting with it. So open, Cradle live fixes, load it. All right, it's loaded. One really cool thing that I like about this is it's got, built into it, it's got a dry run mode. So we're gonna do that just to make sure everything is okay. So when I go to auto, it's going to say, hey, we're switching to this program, yes. And I'm going to do a dry run. So it's in here, instead of just run for cycle start, it's got dry run and run. So if I do dry run, the first thing it asks is how high above Z do we want to keep a safe plane? So in this case, my Z height on this one is based off the bottom of the part, so I need to make sure I've got plenty of clearance for that. So I think I was doing 3 inches before. Yeah, 3 inches will put it almost an inch above the part. So let's say 3.0, enter. And now when I press start, what you'll see, and I know you guys can't see it great, but so we'll load it up. First thing it says is, hey, is the spindle really empty? Remember that warning that I told you guys about earlier? And it's gonna load up that big hunkin' 3/4 inch tool. And I got my feed hold button ready. Yeah. Okay, so that looks right because in my simulation, it's starting at the back of the part and it's doing an adaptive clearing to bring the height down to the, remember, because we're bringing this height down to from 0.63 to 0.39. So we're gonna rough all this out. Then it will come in and do floor on this and make it all nice and pretty. Then it'll change tools to the 1/2 inch ball mill and clean up this radius here on either side. I feel pretty comfortable about where this is. I've actually run this program once already. I ran it on Thursday, I guess. Wednesday night, Thursday. So this is fine. We're gonna close it up. We'll stop this cycle and we're gonna go ahead and let it run. So we're going to run program, right? Let me just one last double check on my cam here. Adaptive clearing, horizontal, ramp. Yep. So we're ready to go. Run program. I'm going to put this in DRO mode. So I wish you guys could see some of this. That's as far as I can get the control to. Well, you can kind of see it. Yeah, I'll need to move a camera so you guys can see some of this stuff better. But so I've got the dual screen control here. So on this side, it's my DRO. This side's my control of what I'm doing. This side's my DRO. It's got a preview window. It shows me tool paths. I can actually run the program just in preview mode and see what it's going to do. I really like this, but we're ready to go. So we're going to say cycle start. And until it actually starts, I'm going to hold this feed hold button. Yeah, we're good to go. So we're cruising at about 100 inches a minute. So how loud is that? Yeah, you guys are going to hear it. Sorry about that. Hopefully it's not too bad. How does it sound? I mean, is it really bad when you're cutting? Or when it's cutting there? I don't know how it looks to you guys. But I just thought I'd double check with you. See how everything sounds. Sounds fine? Oh, you're used to it, Dennis. Yeah, you can definitely hear it. Nice, so I've got a cutting tool designer who can tell me a better tool to use for this. So 304 stainless, adaptive tool pads, so tricoidal. Yeah, I know I need a better cutting tool. I'm asking you, what's the cutting tool to use? Send me an email. Yeah, so on this one, the one that I'm using right now is not designed for this. It would be a great finishing tool, really. But yeah, I'm using this guy right here. The 638. Okay, I'll look into it. Solid carbide, or would you go for an insert? Just curious, because I'm thinking about doing an inserted rougher and then solid carbide for the finisher. But yeah, definitely could use some advice on this. I've not done 304 before, so this has been a new experience for me. Okay, yeah, because it's got I think the deepest cut I'm making is 2.16 inches, 2.14 inches, so just shy of 2.2 inches. So right now this is a 3/4 inch 5 flute. Oh, inserts harder on the spindle. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, I thought about trying to do like a high feed mill, but yeah, this has been I've really enjoyed this new machine. Finally feel like I'm stepping up my game in a lot of different ways. So the Hurco's been good though. I really like this control. It's taken no time to get up to speed. More and more work has been coming in. It's keeping me busy. So yeah, you guys can kind of see stuff in the background. I don't know. This is a 4K. It is a 4K camera. I might be able to zoom in so you can see a bit more over there. I'm not sure. This is one of these things where I've got to figure out how some of these applications work. I don't know if this is going to affect my abilities if I make the changes. Okay, won't even let me open it. Yeah, it didn't like that. Well, I guess I'm not going to try and make that change right now. Let's see, if I come here, main camera cut, shows full screen. Yeah, not really sure how to do it. I'll have to do something better here. Hey, Duncan. So 304 is very gummy, chip control, yeah. Got it. Yeah, and especially when I'm doing the initial roughing passes, because I'm basically, this is, I don't know when you joined, but you know, this is a 3 inch by 3 inch by 6 inch raw stock, and I'm coming in and doing this adaptive outside, and then coming in and doing a full adaptive on this inside, and it's well, this thing doesn't have a chip breaker on it, and I don't have enough pressure in the coolant to effectively clear all the chips away. So I'm either babysitting it with an air gun, blowing it out every once in a while, or I just let it, like I have been, let it run, and then when I get to my finish pass, I blow everything out of the way so I'm not recutting chips. But yeah, I know there's a lot of room for improvement. I ordered that one. It's a Shars brand cutter, guys. I mean, it is not like high-end stuff. This was, hey, what can I get? What can I afford? Now that I know that I'm making a lot more of these parts, I'm going to invest in the right tools to do it. These are still the prototypes. We're still working through. Like I said, there's some changes. I've got a dimensional change here that I'm working on today. Yeah, I've got, I don't know, 6, as of today, I think I've got like 6 more sets of these to make, and there's a bunch of them. So yeah, it'll be good. So the S, let me get a piece of paper. I need to write this down. You know, when you're getting good advice from people you trust, you should write that down. Sorry, still moving between desks, so I didn't have my notepad with me. So I'm going to look for the S638 with chip breaker. Okay. Yeah, because the chips that I was getting off of it, and this is one of the things that I really like about this. Okay, so, yeah. This is what I'm getting off of it. They're actually good chips. I'm not terribly upset by what I'm seeing coming off of the cutter, but they're not clearing, and that's a big issue. So, yeah, I think this toolpath runs, oh, my rapids are turned down. Man. My spindle is a little high, my rapids are low. There we go. Now we're back at full speed. Yeah, I want to say that this part of it goes about 20 minutes on this tool path. Let me see. We're going to try and do that remote thing again, and I'll give you some close up here. So join the call. Alright, so that's there. Let me switch views. Walk with me, folks. Oh, let me turn that. Sorry. So, that's what's going on right now. It's a little loud, sorry. So, right now we're doing 800 surface feet at 5 thou per tooth. It's coming in at about 100 inches a minute, 101 inches a minute, or 102, I guess. And we're only taking off that differential, so what's that, 1/4 inch basically. But yeah, it's just getting the job done. Nothing too crazy, but like I said, it'll do the roughing, and then it will go in and clean up the floor, and then it will do a tool change to the ball mill. So we'll walk back over here. All right. So it kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. Emailed me the flyer for the new HTA cutter. Okay, cool. Thank you. Trying to see where it is. I don't see it, but my emails are still catching up. So yeah, let's see. How's this going? All right. Thanks, Dennis. I really appreciate it. But I'll take a look at it. So the HTA coded S638. So HTA coded. All right. That works. So, you know, I've been doing an awful lot of stuff like this. And what's good about these kinds of parts for me, like I said, on this one, it's roughly a 2-hour cycle. Yep, I just got your email, Dennis. It just came in. It means that I can do other stuff. I can work on other things when the machine's running. So it's been really good. When I'm having to like sit and babysit stuff, it gets kind of tough. So yeah, I've been real happy with it. Yeah, but that's the basics. So the other stuff to see, let's slide this over a little bit more. You see we got the new lathe, getting that all set up. I'm just thrilled by this lathe though. So I do, on those GPS mounts, I turn this part on it, the blanks, before they go into the mill. And you can see I'm getting incredible surface finishes on this. And I went from 15 minutes per part down to about 2 minutes per part, and that included me doing the flip. The other thing is I used to do, you know, all op 1 and then op 2, you know, after the fact. And with this thing, I just program an M1 in there, and I say, hey, flip your part, and then, or an M0, flip your part, go, and it finishes everything to size. Between the speed, the power, the control's really good. I'm still learning FANUC, that kind of gets me a little bit, but not having to manually tighten chucks. Again, you know, I got a bad back, so I'm trying to work smarter. Yeah, it's a good machine. I'm really thrilled with this. So let's see. Do I still have your manual machines? The only manual machine that I have left is my glorified drill press. You know, I've got a manual mill. I don't have a manual lathe. I wish I had a small one. The Colchester was too big at the time, because keep in mind, I just got the other 2 machines out of here. You know, I've still got the plasma cam. I still do some welding. I've got the, you know, but I had the Tormach lathe and the Brother VMC in here as well. So I was packed. I had no space at all. I realized that I hadn't used the manual lathe in a year and a half, or I made like 1 part on it in a year and a half, 2 years. And part of it is, again, I don't do a lot of manual stuff anymore. It would be nice to have around though. So a small benchtop size. I really miss my little South Bend. That would have been the perfect lathe for in here, because it doesn't take up much space. And you know, for the small little turning jobs that I would use it for, it would be great. I'm not doing these big, long shafting jobs and stuff like that. Most of what I'm doing are the smaller parts. So even the Huaqian, the Cut-X, it's, from a size-wise, you know, capacity-wise, it's not much bigger than what the Tormach was. It's just, you know, orders of magnitude better in every other way. It's got a programmable tailstock and some other things, so there are some areas where I could definitely do larger parts on it. But footprint-wise, at least in the cutting area, it's not much bigger than what I could do before. I just have to be careful because it's just me, for one, and physically moving some of the equipment around, or moving tooling around, moving parts around, I have to be really careful. You know, I've got 6 screws in my spine still, and so I have to watch things like that. Let's see, what else we got here? Lars, oh, cool. Thanks. Thank you, sir. Yeah, and I've still got the other half of the building that I've got to try and figure out what I'm going to do long term. That building, it's the old pack shed. It was a tobacco barn. It's 100 years old. I have my woodworking stuff over there, the X-Carves over there, the 3D printers over there, the laser cutters over there. But when the pandemic hit, we kind of made that into our workout area. We all four of us do Taekwondo. In fact, my daughter just got her black belt about a week ago. So a week ago Saturday. And we needed a place to do our classes and things like that. And so I bought some of the foam mat flooring, put that down, and it's really stuck. Like, everybody just really likes having that space for the Taekwondo stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But for right now, the idea is just to keep on doing what I've been doing. Yeah, we're wrapping up with this operation, so it's come through on the other side. Maybe I'll let's go ahead and join that call again. We'll do the remote again. All right, we'll walk over. So there's a little bit going on still. I'm not pushing this all that hard from a width of cut. I think I'm at what am I, 5% on width of cut. You guys can kind of see. And it's still got more to do, so it's going to do it'll do the roughing on the radius as well. So there's still, looks like there's probably still 4 minutes left on this cycle. So when I come in, you can see it's giving me previews of what's happening on the actual G code. On this side, you can see the DRO. Here, I'll press the play button. I didn't, you gonna do it? Let's see. Reset all, okay. So it's gonna try and catch up to it now from where we're at. But yeah, it's got the preview going. But yeah, that's the basics. We'll walk back over here, go back to this view. All right, sorry, I know the shaky cam probably isn't all that great. Hey Randy, good to see you. My Gun Zero has gun parts. Yeah, well, you know, I toe the line. Remember, I worked on the other end of that for a long time. So, yeah. All right. So we got all kinds of fun stuff going. Got machines running. So it's doing the roughing now for the radius. I'm doing 50 thou depth of cut on those. So nothing, it's a 30 thou radius on the end mill. And then it's a, what is it, a 0.26 radius that we have to cut in there. So just big enough to where I can get that 1/2 inch cutter to go in a couple passes. So it's doing its thing. Once this operation's done, there's actually not much left to do. I said it does the floor cleanup, it does a tool change, and finishes up. So yeah, I've been happy about it. Oh man, so how long has this been on? Almost an hour I've been on this live stream, man. So, who's going to the Summer Bash this year? I think I'm actually going to go. The debate right now isn't if I'm going to go, it's if I'm going to bring my wife and kids with me. That's the big debate. Because, and I tell you, Stan made a big deal about it on the one video. That Friday is my birthday, and then Saturday is the big event. But my wife's birthday is that Thursday. So we were debating renting an RV for like 2 weeks and packing the kids up and just driving out there the week before and just touring around and having some fun stuff, and then driving back and just having fun. But it's 5 days of driving each way. Oh, we're doing the floor finish now, so that's almost done. And at this point, we're not taking that much off. It's just cleaning up. I think I had it leave 20 thou, which probably wasn't enough with that radius, but I'm getting really nice floor finishes. So Randy, you're gonna be there. You got your reservations made. Yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. It's within a couple $100 to celebrate my 40th birthday. That was 8 years ago. So I'm pushing 50 now. Yeah, I'll turn 48 this year. But hey, there we go. Floor is done. We got the ball mill going in there. And again, this is 2 passes per side. But yeah, it's not bad. We gotta figure it out. It's almost the same amount, or same price for us to fly out for the week, for all of us to fly out for the week, as it would be for us to rent the RV and do that, and just drive out and have some fun. I don't know what to do yet though. The kids, our teenager, she doesn't want to do it. She's like, well, why don't we just fly? Our younger guy, he's excited about the idea. He really wants to do this drive and have fun with it. He says that, but I'm not sure how much he's going to actually enjoy it, because he gets bored in the 10-minute drive from our house to my parents' house. So I'm not sure. We'll see. But the one nice thing about this year is I don't have to work the bash. Stan and I were joking around about this, and I'm like, I'm not going to know what to do. It'll be the first time I will get to go and just be an attendee and hang out. So yeah, not really sure. I'm looking forward to it either way. And frankly, it might just be me. I might just fly out, do my normal, come out on Tuesday, Wednesday time frame, stay for a few days, and then fly home, Sunday, Monday, probably Monday, realistically. But yeah, there we go. So I don't get in trouble with the safety police. Probably already I'm in trouble with the safety police for not having my safety squints on. Yeah. Let's see if I can do this without blasting everybody out on the mic. Looks good to me. Yeah, we're good. So, one part's done. I got the other one to do still. I'm probably going to wrap this one up. It's been almost an hour, so it's probably time to call this one. Plus, I'm expecting my wife back from her mom's soon, and I want to clean up a little bit and have some fun, do something nice for her today. But thank you guys again. Oh, Stan, you just showed up. Man, you just showed up. I'm just getting done after an hour. You guys out west, your time zones and stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think it's time. I'm losing my voice. It's been an hour. But thank you guys very much. Stan, you'll have to just rewind and catch up. But we were just talking about the bash and coming out. So, oh no, same here. But thank you guys all for joining in. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. I know the last year and a half I haven't shown as much as I used to. That's looking to be changing here soon. So as you can see, I'm starting to show more things. I've got a lot more stuff that I can show parts that aren't under NDAs, and hopefully it's things that are a little more exciting for folks. But thanks again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't done that and you like what you saw, click the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys real soon. And some of you I'll see in person real soon. So take care.